Florida Amendment number 3 is a marijuana legalization initiative for this year, 2024, and it's on the ballot. It'll be on the November 5th ballot, a constitutional amendment vote. Should recreational pot be legal in Florida? So, yes supports the legalizing of marijuana for adults 21 and older and allowing individuals. Fester, why'd you just move?
I did. A pop-up came up.
All right, well,
a pop-up came
all right. A yes vote supports legalizing marijuana for adults 21 years and older and allowing individuals to possess up to 3 ounces of marijuana. That's a lot of marijuana, 3 ounces.
Let's go to the expert in the room, Froggy.
A no vote opposes legalizing marijuana for adult use in Florida. So I thought we would go back to the phones on this. We asked this question, I think it was late last year. And I want to periodically do this, and I want to start keeping track to see if it changes as we get closer. So let's fire up the phones here quickly. I'm seeing these Amendment 3 spots on TV. I'm seeing them on like some of the streaming shows I'm watching. The question is simple. Do you want marijuana legalized in Florida? I want a total wide demographic range. Whatever age you are, whether you're male, female, whatever age you are, the question is, do you want marijuana to be legalized in Florida for recreational use? All right, hit the phones right now before you hit the joint. All right, 800-990-1047. Fire up the phones right now.
Before you hit the joint.
Before you hit the joint. All right, 800-990-1047. Simple question. I'd like to know where you're calling from. I'd like to know how old you are. And do you support marijuana for recreational use with the upcoming ballot initiative in November? Yes or no? 800-9... Look, every line.
Wow.
Every line is ringing. All right, Andrew, screen away. We'll grab calls here in just a second. What are you reading?
It'll take at least 60% of Floridians to vote yes. So it's not like a 50-50 coin toss amendment.
Yeah. So in order for the amendment to pass, it's got to be 60% or more saying yes to the recreational initiative. Now, Froggy, you're a medical marijuana card holder in Florida because of all your ailments, which are too many to list right now.
Yes.
So clearly you support medical marijuana.
Sure.
Do you support recreational marijuana being legalized in the state? Yes or no?
I don't know if I do or not. I don't really care.
Can you please pick a side?
I don't really care. I like to stay right in the middle on this one.
Geez, just sit on the fence.
I'm sure a lot of people would love it, but I have real conditions that it helps me with. I don't just go out there and go to some dealer and get fentanyl weed.
Fentanyl weed?
Please.
Let me go
Too
to
dangerous.
Phones. Every single line is jammed here. Yes on marijuana for recreational use or no? Let's go with Debbie first. Debbie, welcome to the MJ Morning Show.
I think she dropped. She dropped
Debbie?
the second you went to her.
What happened?
Debbie dropped her joint, dropped the phone call.
Yeah, I watched her name disappear from the call screen.
Oh, wow, it just fell right off. All right, that opens up a line, 800-990-1047. Oh, my God. What do you want, a wing of an airplane?
Andy.
All right, Andy in Dunedin, can you hear me?
Hey.
Andy.
Well, great program, MJ.
What do you want, a riding mower? Where are you?
Legalized marijuana.
Hold on, what?
Legalized marijuana. I've been wanting that for 50 years.
What?
He's been wanting it for 50 years.
All right,
Yeah.
Andy, so you want marijuana legalized?
Yes, absolutely.
Where are you right now?
I'm driving to the dump.
Driving to
Roll up the window.
Yeah, what a hump.
My God. Thank
Dump pump.
Thank you, Andy. I appreciate it.
Roll up your windows if you're going to call in, people.
Roger in South Tampa. Roger, you want marijuana legalized for recreational use, yes or no?
Absolutely not.
How old are you, Roger?
I'm 54.
Roger.
All right. And why don't you want it legalized for rec use?
Listen, I'm all for it medically if it actually helps. Only problem is clinically, doctors are all over the place with this stuff. Nobody really knows for sure if it helps people or not. But if it does, great, that's fine. The problem is that recreational use, it's going to be everywhere. And I can't drive anywhere in Tampa without smelling that stuff somewhere.
Already.
Roger that.
Without it being legalized for recreational use, you smell it quite a bit.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Every time I'm driving down the highway, I've got that stuff pouring into my
Yeah, you got to hit that little button on your air conditioning unit with the arrows going in a circle, because that'll recirculate your air and not suck in marijuana smoke from the cars in front of you. Thank you. I appreciate the call,
What's this guy
buddy.
talking about? There's not cars driving down the road with smoke trails behind them.
You're the car.
What an idiot.
Dude, I've had it happen. Don't call him
You're
an
a
idiot.
liar.
Don't call him an idiot.
He's a dope.
Don't call Roger an
Wow.
idiot.
Roger,
Dope.
Roger that.
No, listen. I've smelled it as well from other cars
what
when
a
I'm driving.
Bunch of
Look
hooies.
what
All right.
happens when we hit a froggy hot dog.
Emily in Port Richie. Emily,
get over
yes
it.
or no on recreational marijuana in Florida?
Yes on recreation, but no on this particular bill. Because this bill does not allow for things like home grow, and it pretty much gives Trulieve a monopoly. There's a reason Trulieve put $50 million into this bill.
Yeah, so
What?
how old are you, Emily?
I'm 38. I'm actually a nurse manager at Compassionate Care Clinics at Pinellas.
Now, are you a recreational pot smoker or no?
I'm a medical pot smoker, but I agree with recreation.
Okay.
I think it's safer than alcohol. I think that recreation should be available, however, not this bill particularly.
So, Emily, you're saying that I can't grow a shrub in my backyard?
Correct.
So you have to
most of
buy.
the
You have to
recreational-
buy from a. You would have to buy from a recreational dispensary, and you're saying that this gives some of the limited dispensaries just a gold mine, is what you're saying.
Yes.
And you're claiming that some of these places are spending $50 million to push the amendment.
Yes, Trulieve has put $50 million into the amendment.
Wow.
It basically gives them a monopoly.
Thank you for the call. All right,
Good for them.
800 opens up a line. Thanks, Emily. 800-990-1047. Yes or no on recreational marijuana? Right now, it is 2 for yes, 1 for no, but last call had a little caveat. Let's grab John in Clearwater. John, yes or no?
I say no.
Why no on recreational marijuana?
I think the last thing we need in the state of Florida is additional impaired drivers.
You know, that is a concern. When Colorado, I think the first state to legalize recreational marijuana, there was an absolute increase in traffic accidents. There's no doubt about it. You know, you can't take a breathalyzer. There needs to be some type of technology to determine if somebody's whacked out on weed.
Because look at your eyes.
Because but you need to be able to quantify it. You blow into a breathalyzer, you get the blood alcohol content, you get the BAC. There needs to be something that can quickly determine whether you're
Yes.
high on THC.
That's definitely what we need.
Hey, how old are you?
I'm 71 years old, and I'm not against marijuana. I'm not a marijuana smoker, never have been.
Yep.
You know, but I'll tell you right now, I just think the cost of insurance, I think additional impaired drivers, and the innocence of person who's going to get hurt. I just disagree with it.
Thanks for the call. Appreciate it. This is why I'm taking calls. Let me grab Christina in Zephyr Hills. Christina, you're on the MJ Morning Show.
Good morning, MJ. I think we should legalize this.
Are you a recreational pot smoker?
No, sir.
Okay. How old are you?
54.
All right, 54. Again, I want to see if it changes with demographics, with ages. So you say yes. Why?
Well, okay. So here's what I see as an educator. If it's legalized, we can tax it, put more money into the education system, raise better programs for education, pay our teachers better, and we get the criminality of it off the street. Like, we take it away from the bad guys, and we give a business opportunity.
Are you worried about smelling it everywhere you go, even more so than now? And that would happen. And are you worried about impaired drivers, people all stoned while driving?
Well, so
Again, that already happens, but this would probably increase that dramatically.
I was a former journalist, so I've seen enough DUIs and enough accidents in my lifetime. And yeah, you're going to worry about impaired drivers, but there are people out there smoking and getting high as it is, and we should, if they get pulled over getting high or cause a wreck, they should get just as harsh of a penalty as any other DUI.
Gotcha. Thank you for the call. Let's grab Scott in Tampa. Scott, MJ Morning Show, yes or no on recreational marijuana in Florida?
I say no, and I am a recreational user, but I say no just to the fact you're going to smell it absolutely everywhere.
So you recreationally smoke, so you do it illegally then, right?
Correct.
How old are you?
36.
Gotcha.
Criminal.
Thanks for the call. So he's a smoker, but he doesn't want it legalized.
Very rare.
Wow. Let's grab Kerry in Palmetto. Kerry, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Kerry, how old are you?
58.
And yes or no on recreational marijuana?
Yes.
Thanks for the call. Appreciate
Thanks,
it.
Kerry. Right to the point.
That just opened up a line. 800-990-1047. I'll grab another handful of calls here. Maybe one more full turnover of the phone lines so I can get a larger sample size. 800-990-1047. November 5th here in Florida on the ballot, recreational marijuana. Should it be legal or not legal? 800-990-1047. Let me grab Chris in New York. Well, Chris, so you're in New York, but are you a Floridian too or what?
My parents are, and I was a Floridian for 21 years. But the problem with Florida is that there's a lot of doctor shopping, a lot of pill poppers. And so if there were people no longer doctor shopping because marijuana was recreationally was legal, so people could have a little more access to it.
All right, Chris, how old are you?
35.
You're 35.
Also,
all right.
Also, have you ever met an angry stoner? I've met a lot of angry drunks, but I've never met an angry stoner. They seem to forget that they're in the middle of a fight.
Heard that before.
All right, Chris, thanks for the call.
Thank you.
Have a good one. Let me grab Mary in Lakewood. Mary, MJ Morning Show, you're up.
Good morning. Thank you for taking my call.
Yes or no?
No, absolutely not. We don't need any more lazy people. If you want to get high, go to the gym, get some exercise. It releases endorphins.
How old are you, Mary?
57.
57. Thank you. Let me grab Brad in Dunedin. Brad, MJ Morning Show, yes or no on recreational pot smoking?
100% yes. I mean, we're basically there already. Do you think, I would tell you that about 90% of the people who have their medical card, they don't need it. They're going in there. It's a pay-to-play state we are. You go in, you pay your $160, they give you a card for whatever you want. We're at the point now where we can pretend that it's medical. It's really not. Everybody's getting it if they want to smoke.
How old are you?
I'm 36.
Thanks for the call. Appreciate it. Let me grab Tom in Riverview. Tom, MJ Morning Show, yes or no on recreational pot?
I'm going to say no. And I was just in D.C., Maryland area, had a hotel. And one of the things that we were dealing with in that hotel was it just smelled like weed all the time.
Yep.
I called and complained. And they said since they legalized it, there's nothing they can do about it.
Well, the hotel, if they have a no smoking policy, they can throw the people out.
Well, and
or charge them. Sometimes I've seen little placards in hotel rooms, no smoking room, $500 cleanup fee if you smoke in the room.
They do, but what happens is they said they can't go room to identify it. So if they see you smoking it, they'll stop you.
Wow.
But they can't if they go room to room. The night before, we had a 2 a.m. fire alarm go off, and the halls were just filled, like they were just hotboxing in the hallway.
Oh, my God. All right. And Tom, how old are you?
48.
48. Thank you, pal. Appreciate you calling in. Let me grab Bernice in Bradenton. Bernice, MJ Morning Show, you're up.
Good morning. I say yes, absolutely. I worked in 2 treatment centers, and you never found someone coming into a treatment center just because they smoked pot. My father was a Cherokee, and he smoked to keep his anxiety down. It helped with pain, and I'm 63 years old. I would vote yes because people are you never see anybody that's gotten in a severe accident or killed anybody.
Well, I know, but I know in Colorado that traffic crashes and fatalities did go up after legalized marijuana. Thank you, Bernice. I appreciate it. Let me grab Carmen in Ruskin. Carmen, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Yes or no?
Yes.
Why, Carmen?
For medical reasons, I think the medical benefits of it is beyond.
You can get a medical
Yeah,
card, Carmen.
yeah, this is for recreational marijuana.
Yes, but it's just I think
Everybody
that
should
needs
have
to
it,
be
right?
legal. It needs to be recreationally allowed.
All right, how old are you, Carmen?
51.
Thanks for the call.
Very well thought out argument, Carmen.
All right, let me grab Elizabeth in Tampa. All right, Andrew, I'm going to take just the last ones on hold here. And again, we'll do this. We'll do it again probably maybe in August, and then maybe right before the election in November. Who do I have on line 6? Elizabeth. Hi, Elizabeth. You're on the MJ Morning Show.
Hi. I say no. I've seen it in Colorado, and it's not. You get the smell. You see people are eating supper out on the patios, and all you do is smell pot while you're eating food.
Yeah, Elizabeth, I'm glad you brought that up because I used to work in Denver years ago in the early 2000s, and it was beautiful, like the downtown. It was just gorgeous. And then I went back there a couple years ago, and Denver was a mess. Walking around downtown, you're like, oh, this is scary.
Yeah. And how old are you, Elizabeth?
Yeah. Pardon?
How old are you?
I'm 64.
54. Thank you. I love when they sneak right in. 54 or 64?
64.
6, got it. All right, thanks for the call. I appreciate it. All right, let me grab Linda in Dade City. Linda, yes or no on rec pot? Linda!
Linda, turn your radio down.
Linda! Oh, jeez. Linda.
Linda's high right now.
Andrew, did you tell Linda to turn the radio down? All right, geez. Well, here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Absolutely no.
Hi, Linda. You gotta,
Hi.
Yeah, you got to turn your radio all the way down. It'll confuse you. All right, so hold on. You say what?
Hello?
Yeah,
Oh, boy.
you said no, right?
Absolutely.
All right, thank you, Linda. All right, turn your radio down, folks. All right, let me grab Eric and Valrico. 2 more, and then I'm going to give you the tallies. It's pretty close, actually, folks. It's really close.
That's what it was last time.
I just want to put something out there. I know that many people are saying that there's going to be an increase in accidents, but there's also going to be a massive decrease in domestic abuse. That's for sure.
Why is that?
Because usually it's when it comes to people getting in trouble in that department, alcohol is one of the major factors in domestic abuse and rape, things of that nature. Usually alcohol induces a lot of that. And when you take alcohol out of it and you start using things like marijuana, it will 100% reduce things like rape, things like domestic abuse, things like a lot more gun use. It changes the mentality of what people want. Like the guy who called earlier and said that fighting will actually increase because there's not an angry person who smokes weed. That's part of it. So yes, maybe there will be an increase in traffic violations and things of that nature, but there's going to be a flip side of that coin as well, where there's going to be a decrease in other kinds of violence, other kinds of things.
How can you quantify that? How do you know?
Well, how do we know also about the DUIs as well? That there is, but I'm telling you that like the guy just called earlier.
I know that in Colorado, I know that when they legalized recreational marijuana, that traffic accidents and fatalities increased.
Because those who smoke marijuana or hang out with people who smoke marijuana, that's not the kind of mentality behind when you smoke marijuana.
All right, so where are you on this, Eric? Yes or no?
I would say yes.
Okay, how old are you, Eric?
I'm 48. I don't smoke, but I have met many people when I was in college, and I know that the different mentality between those people who are drunk and those people who are high, different kind of mentality altogether.
All right, appreciate it, Eric. Thank you. Thanks. Brenda in Riverview. Brenda, yes or no on recreational marijuana?
No, I say no on recreational marijuana, and the reason why is that the children, I'm thinking about the children of the parents that smoke the recreational marijuana. I work in the school system, and as it is now, the children, sometimes when they get out of the car, the vehicles, you can smell it as soon as they walk in. And try to get the kids settled down.
Wait, hold on. Well, Brenda, hold on. You're telling me in Carline, kids are getting out of the car and the parents have been hotboxing the kids with marijuana in the car?
Correct.
Oh, my God.
And so when the kids come to school, it's affecting the kids. And not long, if the parents have it at home, guess what? The kids will bring it to school.
And so then you'll get the kids trying to focus on education, but they can't because they're too high. So that's why I say
Secondhand
no,
will get
because
you.
the parents.
My God. Brenda, how old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm 60.
Gotcha. Hey, thanks for working the Hillsborough County school system. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much. All right. I think that's a good sample for right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8, yes, legalize marijuana on the November ballot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 say no.
Oh, man.
I remember it was like this last time.
We are completely tied up. If our impromptu sample here is indicative, it's going to be tough to get to 60%. You got to get 60% yeses in order for recreational marijuana to pass the ballot initiative in November. So, hey, I'm going to write this down. What is today? June 3rd? All right, pot.
Let's do it again tomorrow.
June 3rd. No, we'll do it. We'll do it again in like maybe 3 months. We'll do it like in August or September, and then we'll do it again right before the election.
Tomorrow we do a deep dive on Amendment 4.
Hey, I tell you what. Why don't we do this on Tuesday, November 5th? Is going to be a big day in this country. All right, I'm not looking forward to it. All right, but how about we take calls on Tuesday, November 5th? Ask it again the very morning of vote. Well, or maybe we should do it because you can have early voting as well. But maybe we'll just do it on Tuesday, the 5th in November, and see how it goes. All right, listen. Andrew's turned away dozens and dozens of calls because I can do this for the rest of the show. But I think
I think we got an idea.
Yeah, I think we got a good idea here of where things
we got
are.
our finger on the pulse.
We do.